piece. I got another perspective. And it's like, what is a healer to you? I know there's like so many aspects and perspectives, but do we ever look that, well, really everyone's a healer. Like, we seek healing, and then we're the seekers and the seeked. Kind of like the student and the teacher vibe, which I totally get. But I like, we are divinely guided by our higher self to seek situations that we are aware of or not, because we come across and we meet different people or circumstances or triggering moments, lessons in our life which heal us. And it's not an expectation of how, or having that control of how, but like if you look back into it to see how certain situations could have grown you, no matter like how much time it takes. I don't know if you get me. Because as for me, I've came across certain situations, or like, I'll give this one. I come across certain people that have lifted my spirits and gave me a great perspective, a great way to think about. And in the sense of healing, I know I was guided to them because my soul was divinely guided to be healed or to hear something, even if in that very moment it didn't click. The seed was planted. Now, does it get watered through time when I get tired of my own bullshit? Probably. But it's like, okay, like we'll say you go to a healer specifically, or you can say a therapist or whatever, because it's really perspective. And they help heal you. They give you some clarity or some validation for your feelings, and they're unbiased and they're outside of like your normal circle, your normal people that you talk to, who you don't want to hear or listen to because you feel like they don't understand you. And then you come across somebody that gets you, and it's like, wow, like it's fucking awesome. And they help heal you because you have some sort of connection and understanding. But as you go through your days, like you remember it and you're grateful for it, and like, you went to that healer to specifically get healed, and they did. But when do you understand that you were the one that seeked it? And even though they healed you and it was in that given moment and it was divine both which ways, but when do you cut that binding cord off and realize that you did it and that you were open to receive and take in the lesson, the growth, the healing? And when every time you think of that moment, you connect it to that person or situation or whatever that helped you heal. But do you realize that, yes, it's like it's kind of weird. That situation helped you, but you still did it. So why connect it to that specific healer and have that binding thing to them? Like, because in a sense, you have to see it as a codependent thing, or maybe not codependent. I don't know, like, you did it. They helped as divine as will was made to help, as it was their purpose, as it was your purpose. But when do you see that you can't always count on that healer to heal you for everything, or to go back to that to say that that was the person? Like, you are sending or allowing that savior or martyr energy in ego. Like, do you get me? Because it's like a contradiction. Like, yeah, I'm grateful I went somewhere to get healed because I seeked it. So it was by my will I seeked it. And they did help me. So they did help spark something inside of me in a healing process. Yet it's not about being egotistical and giving them no credit or yourself credit, but to understand that you were open to receive. So it's like being grateful for what happened, but not always giving it away to the person that helped spark your inner light, who helped with your healing process. Like, do you get me? Because in a way you bind yourself to that person. And you get the healing just like, you push a turd out, it's done. You ain't got no string, you don't got no dingleberries attached to it. In any aspect of your life, period. Like, it's done, you're grateful, bam, cut it off. Because you bind yourself to that energy or to that person or situation, and you can find yourself attached to it and draining energies. Like, do you get me? I don't know. It's just like knowing what's meant to be will be, and being grateful for that very moment, but not holding on to it forever because we have to live. It's like that treasure, it's a treasure chest. We put it in our box of treasures of remembrance, but we don't allow that to be placed ahead of ourselves because no one is better or lesser than another. We're all equal and we all are on our own path, so we all come to certain people in certain times in our life because it was meant to be. But not for you to hold them above you and say they did this, because you have to realize you seeked it. And it's being grateful and appreciative of them, but not putting them ahead of you because we are all our own original people. Do you get me? I don't know. Peace.